So welcome everyone to tonight's Zalon. There are so many new audience members here with us tonight, and I'm delighted to welcome you to the Zalon community. I started my salon in 1986 here in my home in Philadelphia to help build a joyful and vital community around the arts. Since then, there have been over 7,000 performers and over 17,000 audience members coming through my living room until I had to cancel last March due to COVID. I wanted to carry on the tradition of gatherings in the home that can be traced back to ancient Greece and Rome as literary debates, and they later flourished in Italy and France in the 17th and 18th centuries. These gatherings came to be known by the room in which they were held. The sala was the Italian grand reception hall, and the salon was the French parlor. In the 19th and 20th centuries, these salons came to include more musicians and artists. Paris in the mid-1800s was the artistic and intellectual capital of the world, and these salons were a microcosm of that new world. The salons were on par with the opera house and concert hall as crucial venues for the history of music. In fact, many composers writing and performing new works specifically for the salons. Chopin, whose music is so well suited to the intimacy of the salons, actually preferred them to the large concert halls. I was inspired by two 20th century salonières, Gertrude Stein, who held her famous salon in Paris, and Mabel Dodge, who invigorated the art scene in Taos, New Mexico, by inviting luminaries such as Georgia O'Keeffe, Ansel Adams, Martha Graham, Carl Jung, D.H. Lawrence, and Igor Stravinsky to her home. I wanted to create a contemporary spin on the salons by programming not only chamber music, but also music and arts from many cultures and time periods. This spring, I took the salon online with the help of technical director Adam Wernick, changed the name to Zalon, and I did this to help keep the tradition alive and to help support artists during the pandemic. These fantastic artists are performing for you live from their home studios and venues. We'll have a toast and hang out at the end where you'll be able to talk with them directly. I encourage you to support these wonderful performers. Every bit helps during this time when so many artists have been out of work since last March, and the future of live music is still uncertain. You can make a simple tax-deductible donation through our fiscal sponsor, Crossroads Music. The link will be posted periodically in the chat and is also on our website, zalonarts.org. I'm so grateful to my friend Gerardo Razumny for setting up this platform so that you can make easy donations that will go directly to the performers. I'll introduce each artist prior to their set. However, please do check out their more extensive bios and links on our website, zalonarts.org, so you can see how else you might support and follow their work. I'm looking forward to the 35-year anniversary in September and plan for an exciting Salon-Zalon hybrid that will feature a limited audience in my home and performers both live and virtual, all projected to the Zalon audience. I'm also starting a project to compile Salon memorabilia from over the years. If you have photos, videos, or audio from Salons past, please send them to me to be considered for a Salon history slideshow and as part of the Salon archives online. A shout out to Marie Pillsbury from Muhlenberg College, who's been interning with me for this Salon archival project and doing a great job. Thank you, Marie. I also feel so fortunate to be working with a fantastic team of engineers who help things run smoothly. A shout out to technical director Adam Wernick, lead engineer Jonah Pfluger, and engineer Andrew Litz, Marina Ballesteros, our website manager, Gerardo Razumny, who oversees the donations and helps with video editing. Please wave hello to our fabulous Zalon team and give them some love. Lastly, I want to express my deepest gratitude to all of tonight's performers who will grace our virtual stage. You are in for a real treat. So let's let the music begin. I'm thrilled to welcome back my talented and beautiful friends, Moksha Sommer and Jemal Wade Hines of the band HuDost, who will start us off this evening. The music of HuDost weaves a seamless tapestry of folk, world, and rock, giving voice to the nameless longing that abides somewhere in all our hearts. Their recent album received rave reviews. Opening slots for other artists include Philip Glass, John Anderson of Yes, Joan Osborne, and many more. HuDost are committed advocates for One, a nonprofit organization. I heartily encourage you to learn more about them and ways that you can follow and support them by going to the artist page on our website for this Zalon. So now, let's give some love to Moksha Sommer and Jemal Wade Hines of HuDost, performing for you live from their home in Kentucky.
Hello, lovely to be with you all tonight. We love Andrea's Zalon so much, and it's such a community experience. And so we thought we would do something silly / stupid for this first song and play a song that we wrote this last week. So we are sharing with you.
World premiere.
This is a world premiere, very fresh. Thank you for letting us share something so new with you. It feels again like the right place to share it. So we thought because we were doing our absolute newest song that we would also do one of our absolute oldest songs with you. So we're gonna do this one, which is so old. It's so old that it's actually the first verse of Rumi's main work, the Mathnavi. And so we want to share that with you now. And if you want to learn more about our music I know Andrea has shared all kinds of stuff in terms of links and everything, but everything is on our website, HuDost.com, or you can find us in other wonderful places. And if you're feeling wildly generous, you can even PayPal us at hudost@me.com. And we are very excited to see the other music and other performers that follow us for the rest of the evening after we're done. So thank you for letting us begin this with you. You ready? We're almost ready. We're almost tuned with you. Thank you, everyone.
Hey. Beautiful.
Oh, wonderful.
Thank you so much, Moksha and Jemal from HuDost, performing for us your soulful music. It's just wonderful to have you back with us. They've performed many times in my home and made Philadelphia part of their tour. And they're very busy. They have many performances and recordings online. And of course, the sound is better. I opted for live performance through Zoom over recordings because of the dynamic exchange that happens between performers and audience in real time. And of course, Zoom has its limitations, but we love seeing these artists performing for us live. Thank you so much, Moksha Sommer and Jemal Wade Hines of HuDost. Please do consider making a tax-deductible donation that goes to these artists through our fiscal sponsor, Crossroads Music. And that link is in the chat. And if you forget it or you want it again, please feel free to email me. You can also find it on our website, zalonarts.org. It gives me great pleasure to introduce an incredibly gifted young musician, Benjamin P. Wenzelberg, a former child soloist and chorister with the Metropolitan Opera. Benjamin P. Wenzelberg. I'm going to ask Jemal if you could mute yourself for us. Thank you very much. A former child soloist and chorister with the Metropolitan Opera, Benjamin P. Wenzelberg, known affectionately as Benji, is a conductor, composer, countertenor, pianist, U.S. presidential scholar, and senior at Harvard University. He has conducted the Boston Pops at Symphony Hall and was just named a Metropolitan Opera National Auditions District winner this fall, moving on to the New England Regionals next month. Congratulations, Benji. He is the music director of Harvard College Opera and serves as assistant music director of Lowell House Opera, for whom he's currently writing a new opera. Do check out his bio and links on the artists page. And let's give a super warm welcome to Benjamin Wenzelberg. We're thrilled to have you back at the Zalon, Benji.
Thank you so much for that introduction, Andrea. And I just have to say again how wonderful it is to be here with all of you in this celebration of community and art making and togetherness amidst this sort of crazy, crazy year. I imagine many of you are also feeling similarly that in this time of extended isolation and uncertainty, the notion of travel or journey has been definitely on my mind. And I think right now that really correlates closely with the beauty of nature. So these next 3 selections are all quite different. One of them is a setting, a really sensitive and dramatic setting of a Christina Rossetti poem by Samuel Coleridge-Taylor, a 19th century, very prominent British composer of African descent. A setting by Gustav Mahler from Des Knaben Wunderhorn of a Rhine legend, and then an original instrumental work, which was commissioned actually by a Steinway artist for a National Projects Advocacy video project. And so that piece really sort of centers in on the concepts of climate change and sort of preserving this beautiful nature. And so through these pieces, I hope to kind of share with you a sense of, at first, quite dramatic isolation as seen through the lens of looking out upon the sea and feeling very lost at sea. And then moving into a legend about throwing a ring into a river, a little love song, and how that actually connects the singer and the beloved in the song, and how this sort of motion of going through nature ends up bringing people together. And then finally, At One with Nature, Trees Dancing, which is my own instrumental work, which celebrates the beauty of nature, but also has this sort of ever-petulant rhythmic underpinning that I like to imagine as kind of the erosive power and danger of time passing in our current day. So I hope that this sort of takes you somewhere in your mind and moves you with music, and that you enjoy.
Bravo! Bravo!
Bravo!
Oh,
Beautiful.
oh, bravo.
The original piece was amazing. Oh my gosh.
So beautiful, Benji. You'll have to read the chat because all your fans are writing in with their.
No, Des, I'm watching the game. The game is.
Oh, I hear a PlayStation. So all your fans are writing in, so you can write back to them, and we'll hear from you a little bit later. But thank you so much, Benji. What a voice! So much expression, and the modulations in your beautiful solo piano work took me to a different world each time you modulated filled with colors and a sense of possibility. Thank you
What an
so
honor
much
coming
for being
from
with us.
you. Thank you.
Everyone, do check out the artist page on our website to learn more about Benji and these amazing artists. There you'll find their websites, YouTube channels, and ways that you can follow and support them. Our next performer is returning to us from Strafford, Pennsylvania. She performed at the very first Zalon ever last April. I'm thrilled to welcome back Maria Dell'Orefice, performing music by composer Adam Wernick. Born and raised in Strafford, Pennsylvania, Maria began her piano studies at age 5 and violin lessons at age 7. While piano eventually became her primary instrument, Maria has been an active orchestral violinist as well. She's the pianist of Enzio New Music, an ensemble that champions music by living composers. Yay. She has also performed at Carnegie Hall's Weill Recital Hall many times as a result of winning different competitions. Maria is completing her master's in piano performance and collaborative piano at Temple University. Many of you know I'm a composer and a strong advocate for the music of our day, and I love when the composers of new works can be present with us and say a few words about their pieces. So we will also hear from Adam Wernick about his piece that Marie will perform tonight. And just a little bit about Adam. Adam Wernick is a composer and a writer, primarily working in theater. For over 30 years, he's created original music and sound for theater companies such as Tyrone Guthrie Theater, the Shakespeare Theater Company, the Royal Shakespeare Company, the Kennedy Center, the Wilma Theater, and the list goes on. Concert works include an oboe concerto for former Philadelphia Orchestra principal oboist Richard Woodhams. Please help me in welcoming Marie and Adam to the Zalon virtual stage.
Thank you. It's so great to be here and to be back. You know, I was, as you said, I was here in that first one in April. So it's great to see how it's evolved from even then. But Adam, why don't you say a few words?
Hi, everybody. I'm speaking to you from St. Paul, Minnesota. Although some of you might know me from my years back in Philadelphia. I spent a lot of years there. This is a piece I wrote some years ago as a commission for the Philadelphia Chamber Music Society. And it was performed originally by Charles Abramovic, who is now Maria's professor at Temple. And it's wonderful to have it being sort of passed down to a new generation. So this is the first movement that Maria will be playing. The piece was, at the time, I was studying jazz piano and listening to a lot of jazz. So it was sort of a very natural thing for me to just kind of use that language as I started writing this piece. And it was also inspired by and dedicated to my two children, who I sort of watched growing up, obviously, and watched playing, and tried to incorporate some of their quick mood changes and play that they engaged in. So that I weaved that in a little bit to the piece as well. And like any good jazz musician, I tried to quote other music here and there. So sprinkled throughout the movement are some homages, I guess, and quotes to other composers. So I'm really looking forward to hearing Maria play it, and over to you.
Yeah, so we talked a few weeks ago about this. I performed it for him over Zoom, and we talked all about what he just told you. And so I hope to bring some playfulness and some lightness to it, and I hope you enjoy.
Bravo, bravo.
Bravo, Adam.
Adam, such a fun piece. Thank you.
Beautiful job. Beautiful, Maria. Thank you.
It's so nice to have you with us, Adam, to introduce your work and then also to be able to comment on the performance. If you look at the chat, people are just saying how much fun it was, so brilliant. Some are asking if there's a relationship with Leonard Bernstein. There's powerful, jazzy, and super fun. Bravo from Ellen Mandel. And I think we all agreed that this was just a really great piece and a really great performance. Thank you so much, both of you. We hope to hear from you.
Thank you, Andrea.
Thank you. Thank you. That was just a flawless performance, Maria. You had both hands going. Thank you so much. Yeah, kept you on your toes. So I'm sure we'll have questions for you at the end about the piece, Adam, and also about your experience learning it and performing it. But for now, we're going to move on, and I'm very excited to introduce a new performer to the Zalon community. But before I do that, please do check out the artist information on our website posted in the chat, along with the links for donations. Every little bit helps. Our next performer is Falu, who thrilled could join us tonight. We met through being involved with the Grammys, and I fell in love with her music. Falu is a Grammy-nominated international recognized artist, known for her rare ability to seamlessly blend a modern, inventive style with a formidable Indian classically shaped voice. Falu, aka Falguni Shah, was trained rigorously in styles of classical and semi-classical Indian music. Originally from Bombay, Falu moved to the States in 2000. Her illustrious career has included collaborations with Yo-Yo Ma, Philip Glass, Ricky Martin, Blues Traveler, and A.R. Rahman, amongst others. She was appointed Carnegie Hall's Ambassador of Indian Music in 2006, where her shows at Zenkel Hall have sold out. Falu has performed for former President Obama and First Lady Michelle Obama at the White House, and was also the featured performer at the Time 100 Gala in 2009. Please do check out all of Falu's links that are listed on the performers table. And now, without further ado, let's give some love to Falu, joining the Salon community for the first time from her home in New York.
Namaste. Hi, everybody. Thank you for having me, Andrea. Nice to meet you all. I'll be singing some songs in Sanskrit, a language called Sanskrit, and in Hindi. The first one is a beautiful chant about Lord Krishna, and I'm going to read a little bit of the translation so you know what I'm singing. It's about the Hindu god Vishnu, and the shloka, the chant says, I bow to Lord Vishnu, the preserver and the protector of the universe, who is peaceful, who is a supreme being, and who supports the entire universe. We all are blessed, and he gives us the blessings of peace, love, and prosperity. So this is just a small little prayer. Shantakaram Bhujagashayanam Padmanabham Suresham Vishwadharam Gagana Sadrusham Meghavarnam Shubhangam Lakshmikantam Kamalanayanam Yogibhirdyanagamyam Vande Vishnu Bhavabhayaharam Sarvalokaikkanatham. The second piece is a classical piece from India, the North Indian style of classical music, which we call Hindustani music. And it was taught to me by my teacher, Ustad Sultan Khan. I am the 11th generation of this legacy, because in our music is not written, we have to orally memorize it. So this is the piece that was passed on to me from generations. It's in a language called Hindi, and it's also a prayer to the goddess. It's in 7-beat cycle. Pujana dogana go bhavana mane pujana dogana go heji bhari sagina dalana veer पूजन दो गण गो नी नी सा सा रे रे सा सा नी नी सा सा रे ग म ग रे नी नी सा सा प नी सा रे नी नी सा सा रे ग म प म ग रे सा सा रे रे म म प प म म प प हा रा रे ग हा नी नी सा सा रे रे सा नी नी सा सा प नी नी सा प नी नी सा नी सा प नी नी सा प नी नी रे रे नी नी सा सा ni sa re sa ni sa re sa ni sa ni sa 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 ni sa 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 ni re 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 ni sa 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 ni ma 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 ni sa 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 ni ma 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 pa ma ga re re ga ma da ma ga ni ni sa sa re re sa a ni ni sa sa re ha ra ha. This also leads us into a prayer for peace and love and blessings for all of humanity, no matter what we are, where we come from, or what language we speak, how do we look. This is a universal prayer. Asto ma sadgamaya tamso ma jyotirgamaya mrityorma amritam gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sahana avavatu Sahana bhunaktu Sahaviryam karvavahai Tejasvi navadhitamastu ma 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 vidvishavahai. Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Thank you so much, Falu. That was a balm for our souls indeed. And that prayer for peace was just what we need. And it was so beautiful and so much from the heart. I really felt like we could, it was palpable. We could feel the energy behind it. So thank you so much for being with us tonight. Very meaningful and beautiful. I hope that you'll be able to stay on because at the end we'll have a question and answer with the artists. And I know some people were curious about your harmonium. So we'll have a chance to talk a little bit later. Thank you so much, Falu, Falguni Shah. I'm very happy to welcome two more musicians who are new to our community, tenor Isaí Jess Muñoz and pianist Oksana Glouchko. And first, just a little bit about them. Tenor Isaí, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, Jess Muñoz, has collaborated with some of the world's leading ensembles. Highlights have included performing with the Israel Philharmonic, New York Philharmonic, Los Angeles Philharmonic, mostly Mozart Festival in Lincoln Center, Verbier Festival in Switzerland, New York City Opera, and Alvin Ailey American Dance Theater on Broadway. Wow. Isaí is featured on 14 audio recordings. His latest solo album releases this month on Bridge Records, and you'll hear a little bit of that tonight. Of Mexican, Puerto Rican descent, Isaí, also known as Jess, and it's a little easier for me to pronounce, so I'm going to say Jess, is married to pianist Oksana Glouchko of Tel Aviv. Oksana Glouchko has brought a singular voice to the great classics of the piano literature. A Russian-born Israeli, Oksana is the winner of numerous competitions. In great demand as a collaborator, she's held positions with Israeli Opera, Opera Delaware, Indianapolis Opera, and as an official pianist for the Metropolitan Opera National Council auditions. She serves as faculty collaborative pianist and coach at the University of Delaware. Jess and Oksana are performing selections from their new album, and they're performing for you from historic Bayard Sharp Hall at the University of Delaware. Let's give them a very warm welcome.
Everyone, it's our joy to be here with all of you this evening, and wow, I mean, it's just so emotional to just see everyone through the Zoom waves, and it's just very exciting for us. And yes, we are coming to you live from the University of Delaware, where we both serve on the faculty, and we're very excited to be able to share a few songs from our latest album entitled Visca L'Amor, Long Live Love, which is now available on all the major platforms, on iTunes, Amazon, Spotify. You can find it there. And the focus of this album is on Catalan art songs of the 20th and 21st century. And Catalonia, many of you know, is the autonomous region in Spain whose language, Catalan, was censored by the repressive effects of the Spanish Civil War and the Franco dictatorship. And so for many, many years, for decades, composers were having to write new works behind closed doors as they were setting their native language. And it was just a few decades ago that this music was once enshrouded, now becoming available by local publishers who have begun to disseminate this music. And so we're one of the first performers in North America to launch an album completely devoted to this repertoire. So it's our joy to be able to illuminate this practice so that more people sing it, and so it can be shared with the world. And so these songs that we're going to be doing for you were written in the first half of the 20th century by Catalonian composer Eduard Toldrà, and he set the poetry of Joan Salvat Papaseit. And basically these songs, which come from a song cycle called La Rosa als Llavis, the rose to the lips, are an homage to the girl. And you see that the young gentleman is there just dreaming and thinking of when he might be able to finally call her his once and for all. And the final song, Long Live Love, says, I begged for her and now I have her. And so we hope that you enjoy these pieces. The translations, which are just so powerful, are found in your program, which Andrea shared with all of you. So we hope that you enjoy these pieces.
Seanes ist adiunt not sabes, tampoc ningú sabria el meu destí. Cap altra llavi non tindria pres, prova teu nom faria el meu camí. Un ram d'arraies non fora curat, ni la cançó sota el ring de la gata. Vaixells de guerra vinguessin al port, però jo aniria. Mariner de papa. Si jo posava la bandera al mar, i era molt alta, ti veuria noi. El seu esguard amor al meu esguard, soc presoner que no vol presonera. Aquest matí que una flor m'ha posat, li deia així, baixeta l'orella. Soc als teus ulls, és un vers al camp pla. adunat l'amiga, fresca e pulita come un match content. Visca l'amor, visca l'amor, e gridata e vania, date la blanca come un clapegnet. Visca l'amor che m'ha donato l'amiga fresca e pulita come un match content. Visca l'amor che m'ha donato l'amiga che io confesseria. Visca l'amor. La polioi libre.
Ah,
Bravo.
Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
thank you so much for being with us. What gorgeous soaring music. It was really stunning, and we're so thrilled that you can now be a part of the Zalon community. Please do check out the translations for these beautiful songs that can be found on our website, zalonarts.org, and you'll also learn more about Jess and Oksana and how you can purchase their new recording. Congratulations on that, and thank you so very much for that really stunning performance.
Thank you.
A reminder, everybody, that you can make a simple tax-deductible donation to support these wonderful artists by clicking on the link in the chat or going to our website, zalonarts.org. Our next performer is also new to the Zalon. Celeste Johnson is Associate Professor of Oboe at the University of Missouri, Kansas City Conservatory. She's appeared with the Kansas City Symphony, Tulsa Symphony Orchestra, Oklahoma City Philharmonic, and Sarasota Opera. She's won prizes in several international oboe competitions. She's currently working on her second album, set to be released this summer. Celeste will perform Wood Song for solo oboe by composer Jenny Brandon from her studio at the University of Missouri, Kansas City. I'm delighted to welcome to the Salon for the first time, Celeste Johnson.
Thank you so much, Andrea. It's wonderful to be here. I wanted to mention quickly before I began that Andrea and I met about 20 years ago at the Sarasota Music Festival when I was a student, and she was the famous composer, and we were so excited to get to know her and play some of her music there. I wrote to her to inquire about how to acquire one of her pieces of music, and she graciously invited me to be on this program today, so I'm thrilled to be here. As she mentioned, I will be playing Wood Song for solo oboe. It was written in 2019 by Jenny Brandon. Was inspired by the Sarah Teasdale poem of the same name. Jenny Brandon was particularly drawn to this poem for both the reference to the wood thrush bird as well as the poet's honesty of kissing life, scars and all. The colors of the oboe lend themselves to creating this bird's ethereal and mysterious sounds and telling the journey of a soul through poem and music. So the poem Wood Song by Sarah Teasdale reads, I heard a wood thrush in the dusk, twirl 3 notes and make a star. My heart that walked with bitterness came back from very far. 3 shining notes were all he had, and yet they made a starry call. I caught life back against my breast and kissed it, scars and all.
Wow.
Thank you so much, Celeste. And thank you, Jenny Brandon, even though you're not here, for composing that wonderful work. Oboe is not an easy instrument to play, but you make it sound easy. It was really a beautiful performance, and I particularly enjoyed the use of the repeated notes and the alternate fingerings to get different colors of sound. I don't know if those were trill fingerings, but
Yeah,
that
the
was
timbre trills and
yeah, very interesting. Sounds like bird song. So we're thrilled to have you with us, and we hope that you'll stay on because I'm sure there'll be some questions for you, and do check the chat because your fans have written in. Celeste, thank you for joining us from the University of Missouri, Kansas City, and good luck completing your new album. Thanks so much. Our next performer is Valentina Sounds. She's an Italian-born, Philadelphia-based singer-songwriter. She's not a stranger to all of us in Philly. Her music is a fusion of catchy melodies and pop tunes blended with a background in jazz vocals. Her debut album, Bring on the Fire, was featured in local and national publications, including American Songwriter Magazine, Americana Highways, and Magnet Magazine. Valentina will enchant and uplift you with her jazzy pop original songs. Let's give it up for Valentina Sounds, performing from her home in Philadelphia.
Thank you, Andrea. Tonight, for the first time at the Salon, for me, I will be performing a song that I wrote in Italian. This one is called L'ultimo conforto. Sorge il sole alle montagne, il rumore distante di un traffico un poco rallentato. Sogno in terre sconosciute di cavaliere e dame, son sempre come sempre addormentata, quasi in cielo e con dubbio mi assale. Che ore sono, a che ora mi devo svegliare? Scaglio la sveglia con rigetto, mi ributto nel letto e godo fino all'ultimo conforto, ma sento rumori già in cucina, non è prima mattina, mi sbuca un occhio fuori dal lenzuolo, il profumo del caffè mi assale, forse è tardi, ho troppe cose da fare. Scendo le scale lentamente, respiro intensamente e starnutisco a ritmo di scalino. Mamma si affaccia sulla porta, sorride dolcemente, mi dice amore io ti riconosco sempre, vuoi mangiare un'altra fetta impurrata? Ti ho già fatto il caffè con la moka. And that one ends like that. I just went back into the recording studio last week, actually, or 2 weeks ago. And last time I was at performing at Andrea Clearfield's, I was singing about my divorce, and back when I thought that was the worst thing that was going to happen to me. So this year, I want you all to know that I'm doing well, and this next song is called Irresistible. It's gonna come out next month, so if you will sign my mailing list and be in the loop for when it comes out. and it's about new love. Maybe no one's ever treated me so kind. Maybe you're the first one who really listens. I know love can always be what they show us in films, 'cause what we have is better. Sometimes I wish I'd met you at a different time. Wish I weren't torn to pieces, scrambling to keep myself alive. But you take my every mood and make me feel okay. You give me love, you give me space, and I don't say it enough. And maybe you don't know how much I care for you. I find you so irresistible. I think you are one of a kind. I find you so irresistible. Please stay with me for a long, long time. We have something beautiful and rare. I know I can't count on you, that you're not going anywhere. Something small is bound to grow. You give it love and patience and hope, and I don't say it enough. Maybe you don't know how much I care for you. I find you so irresistible. I think you are one of a kind. I find you so irresistible. Please stay with me for a long, long time. A long, long time. Maybe no one's ever treated me so kind. Maybe you're the first one who really listens. I know love can't always be what they show us in films, 'cause what we have is better. 'Cause what we have is better. 'Cause what we have is better. Ooh, so irresistible. Please stay with me for a long, long time. All right, thank you. I have a few more minutes. So this is a song I wrote a few years ago when GarageBand came out with an automated piano player. So you could just give it the chords and that's it, and give it the arrangement of the song, and then it would play the piano for you. So this one's called The Pianist Lament. Also 10 years of piano. 10 years of piano at the conservatory, and you don't need me anymore. I spent my afternoons looking at the children play, and you don't need me anymore. write some clever lyrics. No one ever listens to the words, everybody wants to sing along. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Fathers yelling at children misbehaving, and you don't need me anymore. Just turn the power on, pick a key, select a song, and you don't need me anymore. Sure, I did it for myself. Sure, I can play great Chopin. No one ever listens to me, everybody wants to sing along. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Da, 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 Sure, I did it for myself. Sure, I can play great Chopin. No one ever listens to the words, everybody wants to sing along. Oh, 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 oh. Dum, da, da, da. Oh, 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 oh. 10 years of piano at the conservatory, and you don't need me anymore. I hope all my fellow piano players out there thought of it as the joke that it is, and this is to you. We love you and we need you.
Beautiful. Love your love song. Woohoo! Oh, congratulations.
Beautiful love song. Thank you so much, Valentina, and thank you for your wonderful spirit. It's hard to believe that it was a year ago that your soulful voice was just filling the rafters of this room to an absolutely delighted audience. And we're delighted with you again tonight on the virtual stage. Thank you so much. Really great to have you back. Everyone, just a reminder that you can support these artists by following them, purchasing the recordings and donating to them. Please check the links for the donations and also for the artist page in the chat bar. Our next performer is a longtime friend and colleague when we both served on the faculty at the University of the Arts. Multi-instrumentalist Dave Hartle has been playing music for decades in the Philadelphia, South Jersey area. Currently working as a solo pianist and with 4 groups, he composes, arranges, and plays piano, synths, accordion, guitar, and more. Past experiences include over 60 musical productions and international performances with various artists such as Smokey Robinson, Aretha Franklin, Andrea Bocelli, Joni Mitchell, LaToya Jackson, and the list goes on. Dave will perform versions of tunes by Frank Zappa from his home in Telford, PA. You can find the links on the artist page, including his website pandemic page for what he's been creating since March. Join me in giving our warmest welcome to Dave Hartle.
Thanks, Andrew. I'm going to dive right in. This is a tune from Hot Rats called Little Umbrellas. I started playing Frank Zappa tunes sort of as a joke. I was doing restaurant piano, and along with the Frank Sinatra tunes and the Cole Porters and the Billy Joel stuff, I was wondering, gee, if I played a Frank Zappa tune, would anybody even know? And I started with Peaches and Regalia, and it just sort of grew from that. And out of 3 years of playing these on various restaurant gigs and what have you, 4 times people have come up and said, wow, Frank Zappa. I'm always sort of surprised by that. I think it's just taken out of context. His music is really different when you hear it without the lyrics and without all the expectations you bring to a Frank Zappa piece. So it's been a lot of fun. I'm really starting to think about doing a second album because this has been the most popular thing I've done. I'm going to continue on with a tune from very early in his career, an old Mothers of Invention tune. This is off the album Burnt Weenie Sandwich. It's called Holiday in Berlin, full blown. Thank you.
Yeah.
Supportive. Thank you.
Great.
Dave, can you feel the love through the screen? What great performances of Frank Zappa's music. Wonderful comments from the audience in the chat that you should check out. Jared said you raised the temperature in the Virgin Islands. Stanislav really digs your percussion forward playing style. Benji likes your groovy riffs, and I like the whole tone scale that somehow made its way in there. Thank you so very much for being with us tonight. Dave Hartle. Bravo. So please do, everybody, I'm only giving brief introductions to each performer, but they all have long and illustrious accolades. So please do check out more about the artists on our website, zalonarts.org. And a reminder that after the next performance, we will have our virtual toast, followed by a hangout and Q&A with the artists. So please have your drink of choice ready. It's very important. Also consider making a simple tax-deductible donation to support these artists. There's a link in the chat. You can find it on our website. And if you forget where it is, you can email me and I'll send it to you. Thank you so much. Every little bit counts. And now I'm delighted to invite our last performer to the Zalon stage, Dr. Sienna Craig, a dear friend, a fellow Himalayan trekker, and a wonderful collaborator. Sienna Craig is a writer, anthropologist whose work is centered on experiences of health and illness, cultures of medicine, including Tibetan medicine. And she's associate professor of anthropology at Dartmouth College. Her relationships with the people from Nepal, Tibet, and greater Himalayan region span a quarter century. Speaking Nepali and Tibetan language is central to her work. Several of her recent projects are focused on questions of home and belonging, including her newest book, The Ends of Kinship. I trekked with Sienna and her then 3.5-year-old daughter to Lomantong in the northern Nepalese Himalaya, very close to Tibet, in 2008, and it was a life-changing experience. Since then, Sienna and I have enjoyed many wonderful collaborations, including our current collaboration, Home in Me, which is a 3-part choral cycle on her poetry on the subject of what is home, that's being presented at Carnegie Hall over 3 years. Tonight, she will read some of her poetry. And since the Zalon always includes music in some way, the music is the glue really that holds everything together. We're trying something new where I will respond improvisationally to her words at the piano, kind of like a musical haiku. Join me in welcoming Sienna Craig, performing from her home in Hanover, New Hampshire.
Thank you so much, Andrea. It's really such an amazing gift to be here with you and, as always, to collaborate with you. I'm thrilled to be part of this evening, and I'm completely astounded by the music that I've just heard. The poem I'm going to share tonight, I wrote while I was spending time with my closest women friends in the Hudson Valley in New York, and it tracks the course of a day through a night and into a morning. Hanging in my friend Lucy's home is a print of the Georgia O'Keeffe painting, Sky Above Clouds 4. And I'm going to share my screen for a little bit of visual art here for everyone. I hope you can see it. And this painting was, at some level, the inspiration for this poem. Georgia O'Keeffe painted this piece in 1965 when she was 77 years old. That itself amazes and inspires me when I think about what art is and does. I grew up looking at this picture as it was introduced to me at a very young age by my mother, who's also a painter. To me, the painting is about wonder at the beauty of the world, and humility in the face of our human smallness. It's calm, it's horizon, it's perspective. But the painting also leads me to think about what it would be like to be a bird instead of a plane, to feel every element in a journey from sky to earth. The poem begins with that kind of an image. It's a poem in 10 movements, and it is called Counting to Quiet. So I will stop my share. counting till quiet. 10. What do you hear in the sky above clouds when the world thrums and shudders, when wind courses through your being, let loose in atmosphere, throttling toward earth with falcon speed, and all a bluish blur, resonant with nothing and everything in the falling. Nine. What do you hear in the still of evening when the gathering splinters into storied fragments of younger selves, and the feeling in your stomach is one of contentment and longing by turns? Eight. What do you hear between midnight and dawn when you wrestle with sleep as if it were a child to calm, her fists knotted at her sides, her eyes fixed past you, claiming some other domain as hers alone? Seven. What do you hear of the sunrise beyond the robin's trill, the stealth retreat of red fox and marten, the morning salvage call of crows clambering for dawn's attention? Six. What do you hear of spring pushing through, birthing crocuses and tulips as if her life depended on the capacity to render form in promiscuous pastels? 5. What do you hear of another's ache, nurtured by shared sensitivity to silence, that tremulous imagining between self and other? Four. What do you hear behind the curtain of sound some call conversation, that echo begging us to listen? Three. What do you hear in the forests thick with time, where memory lingers. Two, what do you hear behind the ringing? One, what do you hear? Quiet. Thank you.
Look to you, Sienna, and to Andrea. That was beautiful. Great collaboration.
Thank you so much. You know, we didn't really rehearse. We just tried it, and each time something else came out. And I love this process of improvisation because, you know, you bring everything from the moment into it, and also everything from the past. It all becomes concentrated into sound and into relationship. So thank you so much, Sienna, for going on that journey with me.
Thank you so much for the invitation. It means the world.
So please stay tuned for the piece that Sienna and I are creating together, Home and Me. That is going to be, I think there will be a premiere at Carnegie Hall, the premiere of the second movement, Home and Me Speech. The first movement, Home and Me Body, was one of the last performances that we were able to have before the pandemic. And the last one will be 2022, Home and Me, What is Home in Your Heart? So thank you, everybody. It sounds like we have also a dog with us. Thank you, everyone, for such an uplifting and inspiring evening. It brings such joy to my heart to come together in such a personal way, even through the screen, to celebrate arts in community, so important now, always, and now. A last reminder that you can make a tax-deductible donation to support the performers. See the link. And a video of tonight's program will be up on the Zalon website in a week, and you're welcome to invite your friends to watch. Performers, I'm so deeply grateful to you for sharing your extraordinary artistic gifts tonight. Engineers Adam Vidixis, Jonah Pfluger, Andrew Litz, thank you so much for your time and helping things run smoothly. Gerardo Rizumni, thank you for your help as treasurer. Marina Ballesteros for being our website manager, and Marie Pillsbury for helping with the Salon Archive project in advance of the 35-year anniversary. And I feel so grateful for our special Zalon community. Many audience here tonight have been coming to the Salon for decades, and I'm so happy to welcome all that are new to our very, very special community. I look forward to celebrating more music and other arts with you in the next month, February 21st. And I'm looking forward to starting as Zalon hybrid this spring. So can we just take a moment and show our appreciation to the performers and engineers with one more big round of applause. Please, everybody.